So we'll go ahead and get started. So as you guys know, my name is Whitney, and I am taking on the role as nutrition coach at FitZone, which is super exciting. So we're going to kind of dive into some nutrition tips and topics today, and then that will lead us into talking about our nutrition challenge that is going to launch at the end of January. And you'll also have an opportunity to sign up for that if you're interested. Okay. And then we'll also have time for questions at the end. So if you want to write anything down or put a note in your phone or anything as we go, that might not be a bad idea. Or just if you want to take any notes in general. Okay. So we'll go ahead and get started. So we're using a platform called HSN, which is Healthy Steps Nutrition. And basically they are registered dietitians that have built out this really cool platform and have basically put a bunch of their knowledge together to make this really cool tool. So we'll talk a little bit more about that later on, but basically we believe that something as fundamental as nutrition should not be complicated. And we know that there are a billion different diets out there, and it seems like we're approached all the time with someone trying to get us to buy their quick fix or, whatever. You will read stuff saying you can lose 30 pounds in 30 days, but the problem is those things, those quick fix diets and things like that just are not sustainable or realistic. But we do live in a microwave society. But over the years, HSN has helped a lot of people to become the healthiest version of themselves. And we have learned 3 important things along the way that are going to help us to get there. So number 1 is that we need something simple. If it's easy, you're more likely to stick with it. So the less restrictive we are, and the less extreme we are with our diet, the more likely we are to stick with it. So that's number 1. Number 2 is that you need support. We all need support in whatever we're trying to change in our health or lifestyle. And number 3, you need to keep track of it because success leads to motivation. Okay. So we live in a society where being busy is better, but what if it's actually not? The problem is being busy will leave us overwhelmed and feeling like we didn't do enough. I'm sure a lot of you guys can relate to that. But when we fill our schedules to the max, our health and wellness often gets pushed to the back burner. So we only get one body that we need to take care of and fuel it, move properly, learn how to recover. And those things aren't going to change unless you make a change. And I'm here to help you make a meaningful change. So HSN is taken off. They're helping tons of people. They've helped over.
We're going to try to put it on the thing, but.
Oh, hi, Molly.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'll turn myself off.
Okay. No worries. You're all good. Okay. So HSN has helped over 30,000 people around the world to take control of their health. And these are some stories up on the screen. You can see Chrissy, Lorena, and Jason have all lost a ton of weight. They're feeling better, looking better, just more healthy. So today I want to talk about the top 3 common trends with all of these people who have transformed their life, gotten off medications, and are just living a healthier lifestyle. So I want you guys to take a second, think about these 3 people that you can see on the screen if you're looking at the slides, and think about what are 3 things that might have helped them to get where they are now. So just kind of think about it for a second. Okay, so number 1 is your mindset. So all of this stuff is going to start in your mind, believe it or not. So number 1, shift your mindset. So that's the first thing that all of those people had in common. We live in a world focused on diet culture. We're surrounded by diets and the diet culture. We all want instant success and happiness, and we want it yesterday, right? Myself included. But we live in this society where there's all these challenges, restrictions, kickstarts, things that promise these quick fixes. But the problem is that health and nutrition doesn't work that way. And these influences can shift our mindset in a negative way. So what if we need to actually slow down in order to build momentum and to just be consistent in order to see the results we're looking for? So instead of trying to do all of the things at once, we need to focus on just one thing at a time, just one. And research shows that when you focus on just one habit at a time, you're 80% more likely to retain that habit for over a year. So you're more likely to stick with it. If you try to focus on 2 or 3 things at a time, there is less than a 5% chance you're going to hang on to those things for more than a year. Okay. So it makes sense. We just want to work on one thing at a time. So think about the last time you tried to make some extreme change, whether that was, going from no workouts to, okay, I'm going to work out every day, or, okay, I'm going to cut out all carbs or whatever, it usually doesn't last. And it usually can lead to kind of falling off the wagon and maybe, binge eating or, relapsing, whatever you want to call it. So it makes sense that we need to kind of narrow our focus and just focus on one thing at a time, not all of the things. And that's how we're going to make lasting change. So you might be shocked to hear that starting off with shifting your mindset is what's going to be best, because most people think that in order to reach their goals, they need some crazy like diet plan, meal plan, counting their macros. But if we give you a piece of paper that says, what you should be eating, that's not going to teach you how to implement that into your lifestyle and make a lifestyle change. And when people go that route, 2/3 of those people are likely to regain that weight back. Okay, lifestyle seems vague. So what does it mean and why does it even matter? So let's take a look at this framework. All of these things are interrelated. So nutrition, stress, sleep, exercise, support system, lifestyle. So let me give you an example with sleep. Who needs their sleep? So I have clients tell me all the time, I only need 4 hours of sleep. How many of you guys swear that you can function off of just 4 hours of sleep? Well, you might not realize, but a lack of sleep will have an effect on your ability to handle stress, food cravings, exercise, and recovery. So it might affect more things than you think. When you don't sleep, your cortisol level is elevated. Leptin, which tells your brain that you're full, are decreased. So that might impact your hunger cravings. So if you're not sleeping enough, you might be more stressed, less satisfied, more hungry. So that's just an example. Okay. So to shift your mindset and lifestyle, we need to consider your inner thoughts. Your thoughts are going to become your reality, and what you pay attention to becomes your reality. So let me give you an example. Let's say you buy a new car. It's a black Jeep. And now when you're on the road, everywhere you look, there are Jeeps. Did everyone go out and buy a Jeep? Or are you just seeing them more now because you bought one, so you're more aware of Jeeps on the road? So it's kind of that same idea. Same thing goes for your thoughts. If your thoughts are more negative, you're more likely to be negative. So, and we are kind of hardwired to think more towards the negative, just as humans. So it does take effort to kind of look more towards the positive. But if you start your day with gratitude and you end your day with gratitude, you're just going to have better outcomes in general. So you got to think, I can, not I can't. Okay, so in order to shift that mindset, we should know what success looks like to you. So think about it. Why is it important to you? What is success to you? What does that mean? And progress is never a straight line, but if you can understand what you want and why you want it, and that's really important, is the why. Why is it important? It will be a lot easier for you to stay focused. So we all need something that we're moving towards. So what is it that you want? And here's an example from an HSN client, Steve. Steve wants to lose 30 pounds over the next 4 to 5 months. And his why is he wants to fit into his clothes again. He wants to be more comfortable. He wants to have energy and be a better example for his kids. So that's his why. So you always kind of want to dig and find out, like, okay, I want to lose X amount of weight, but why? Why do I want that? Right? So we want to be asking ourselves that. So in order to do that, he is going to work with a nutrition coach and do personal training 3 times a week. His nutrition coach is going to work with him each week to focus on just one habit at a time. Because remember, that's going to be the sustainable change that you're going to be able to stick with, is just the one habit you're working on. So the nutrition coach is going to provide accountability to help him stay on track. Okay, and then you can see here, we've got our 3-month goal. So we want to have some shorter term goals and some longer term goals. And building that plan to shift your lifestyle and mindset might look something like this. So it's important to set realistic goals that are achievable. So research shows that if you write them down, make them realistic, and keep them present, you will be more likely to achieve them. So something I like to have some of my clients do is write it down on like a sticky note and put it somewhere that they're going to see it every day, or, you know, put it like in your car or something like that, where it kind of keeps you aware of that. So take a second, think about it, maybe write it down or put it in a note on in your phone. But think about something that you want to work on that would be a realistic goal for yourself. And at the end, when we open it up for questions, if anyone wants to share what their current fitness or nutrition goals are, we can totally talk about that too. Okay, so the second thing that most successful people have is the right people in their corner. So you want to find your tribe. We weren't meant to do life alone. You need people that are going to help support you. So that's why step number 2 is finding your tribe. You are the average of the 5 people that you spend the most time with. So think about it. Are they positively or negatively impacting your progress towards your goals? So you want to choose those people wisely and identify who is going to be by your side on this journey with you. When we look at our clients who've lost 50 to 100 pounds and kept it off, they all had people around them that were supporting them. And we're lucky because at FitZone, we have a bunch of really supportive people surrounding us, which is awesome. So, and usually when we look at the people that struggle to lose the weight and keep it off, they might not have the best support system. So community is super, super important. All right, step number 3, take action. So those people who are successful don't just wish, they do stuff. And this is usually the toughest part, as I'm sure you guys can all relate to, because we all know what we should do, but sometimes it's hard to actually do it. So the best part is if you did step 1 and 2, it's going to be easier to then take the action. So when you start saying no to the wrong things, it's easier to say yes to the right things. Okay, daily habits. So these are going to be super important. Your habits become your routine, and your routine then becomes your lifestyle. So are your daily habits moving you towards your goals or away from your goals? And for most of us, we have great intentions, but inevitably there's going to be roadblocks, temptations, something will go the wrong way, because that's just life and that's just how it happens. So think about like building a house. A house is built on a solid foundation. Workers lay brick by brick to make an amazing house. And the same thing is going to go for your life. Your daily habits are your life. So you want to build that strong foundation for your lifestyle habits. Okay, so we're going to get into some stuff that you can actually really apply to your own life and nutrition. So you might be wondering what you can do to start your health reset. And this is a good topic as we get into the new year almost. So these are some HSN principles. So number 1 is adding more whole foods into your diet. So a whole food is something that hasn't been processed or broken down, something you could pick off a tree like an apple or vegetables or meat, eggs, things that aren't processed. And you can do this by using the plate method. So this is one way you can set up your meals. So start choosing whole food options and less processed food that are packed with sodium, fat, and sugar. And this is the most simple way to do it. So that would look like half a plate of non-starchy vegetables. So that's going to be like your broccoli, carrots, asparagus, peppers, cauliflower, leafy greens, things like that. A fourth a plate of lean protein. So that's going to be like your poultry, meat. If you don't eat meat, it could be fish, tofu, any type of protein. And then a fourth a plate of starchy carbs. So that's going to be your rice, grains, pasta, things like that, potatoes. So plate method is a good way to think about building your meals. Okay, HSN principle number 2. I don't know if you guys can hear, but someone is blowing up my phone and I apologize. Okay, number 2, focus on balance. So when we balance all of our macronutrients, so protein, carbs, and fat, that's going to help keep us full longer and prevent extra snacking throughout the day, prevent our blood sugar from spiking, things like that. So you want to try to get a mix of all of those things, and that's going to help you kind of balance out your day, balance out your meals. All right, and then last one, number 3, is going to be limiting added sugar. So the AHA recommends no more than 6 teaspoons for women in a day and 9 for men. And the average person is consuming about 46 teaspoons per day, which is obviously a lot more than the 6 and 9 that are recommended. So that's not good. And it's not really surprising either, because sugar is in a lot of stuff. It's in stuff that's not even really sweet, or it doesn't taste sweet to us. So just being mindful of what you're consuming and how much sugar is added into that. And that's not things like fruit or anything like that, but this is like your Starbucks drink. Okay, so now we're going to talk about some frequently asked questions, so things that people ask pretty often. So, what should I eat around my workout? So this is a really good one, because this is a pretty low-hanging fruit for a lot of us, and something we could start implementing tomorrow. So fueling around your workout to gain muscle, lose fat, increase energy, or really any health and fitness goal is super important. So what you want to focus on is aiming to have healthy carbs and protein before and after your workout. So carbs are your energy source. So I know carbs have a really bad reputation, but that's our energy source, and we need them to function. So we want to make sure we're getting them before the workout and then replenishing our carbs after. And then protein is going to be your building blocks for your body. So that's what helps your muscles repair themselves and grow. So we want to make sure we're getting our protein in both before and after. Most importantly, though, would be after. Okay. So my personal favorite pre-workout snack is, I like to do some Greek yogurt with some fruit and a little bit of granola. So then I'm getting my protein, carbs. And then my favorite thing for post-workout, if I have the time, I like to do some meat, rice, and veggies with some type of like sauce or something. So that way I'm balancing my meal and I'm getting my protein, carbs, and fat. Okay. All right, next frequently asked question. I don't love veggies, so what should I do? And I can relate to this, because personally, I do not love vegetables, but we know they're good for us, right? So we try to eat them anyways. So some suggestions would be roasting your veggies so they get a little more crunchy rather than mushy, because I don't know about you, but I'm not a fan of mushy vegetables. Or adding some good seasoning for a flavor that can kind of switch it up a little bit, or even finding ways to sneak them into recipes or things like smoothies. Molly's really good at that. She's been feeding me lunch a lot, and she made a really good lasagna that she put a bunch of veggies in. So things like that are always a good idea. Okay, next frequently asked question. Where should I start? Which is a great question. So I want everyone to start with just one thing at a time. So maybe it's something you already have in mind, or maybe it's one of the things we've discussed today. But the best and fastest way to reach your goals is to work one-on-one with a nutrition coach to help build an individualized plan for you based on your specific goals. So here's the deal. There's never a perfect time to get started, right? There's always something that could come up or something that'll be in the way. That's just life. But when it comes to making these lifestyle changes, you have to make a commitment to yourself. So your transformation starts with you doing those 3 things that we talked about: shifting your focus, mindset, identify your tribe, and then take action. So it's simple, it's not easy, but I am here to help you. So if you're thinking this all sounds great, but I don't even know where to start, I don't know what to do, I just need someone to help me, that is what I'm here for. And I would love to help you out. So Our nutrition program takes away all of the guesswork. We're not playing takeaway. We're not going to say, don't eat this, don't eat that. It's not restrictive. We focus on making really small, sustainable changes by using action steps to kind of build off of each other. And you get accountability from your coach, which helps you actually stay on track. So it's a lifestyle change. It's not a restrictive diet. So we have a challenge starting on January 24th, and the next slide is the flyer for it that I'll show you. But we only have 30 spots available. It's going to be a 4-week long challenge. Got the flyer on the next slide. So super excited. I'm going to meet with you guys at the beginning. We're going to take your measurements, talk about your goals, nail those down. And then you're going to have accountability from me for the whole month through the HSN app, which is really cool, super easy to use. And then at the end, we're going to come back to those goals and we're going to take your measurements again, see how much progress you made. And like I said, we just focus on making just small changes, but they're sustainable. And I've actually been going through this myself with one of the HSN coaches, and all we focused on was just adding some veggies in. And I've already lost over 1% of body fat, which is pretty good. So it works. Okay, it's saying the meeting's gonna end in 10 minutes. So let's keep rolling. But anyway, so if anyone is interested, go ahead and go in the chat box and let us know I am in, and we'll get you signed up, and then you'll get an email from me. Okay. So like I said, only 30 spots available, but we're super excited. I think this is going to be a great way to really help some of you guys to reach those nutrition goals that you have. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and open it up now, since we only have like 9 minutes left. So make sure, if you want in on the nutrition challenge, January 24th, go ahead and go in the chat, say I'm in.
And where's the chat box?
The chat box should be, if you were able to find the mute button, it should be on that same toolbar, I believe in the middle of it. Did you find it?
Carol, take the arrow down towards the bottom of the screen. And then go over to the center.
Yeah, I found it. Do
Okay.
I just say, okay.
Just click it.
Sorry.
Type I'm in if you want it. All right. Okay, so yeah, if anyone has questions, feel free to come off mute or type it in the chat box. Okay, we've got a question from Lane. If we wanted to get a jump on just watching macros, what is the recommended macro percentages for weight loss? So good question. I believe off the top of my head, the recommended macros is 30% fat, 30% protein, and then 40% carbs. So, and obviously that's going to be different depending on how many macronutrients you're taking in throughout the day, and that's going to get a little bit more specific based on you and your specific goals and needs. So actually this challenge would be a good opportunity to kind of dial that in and figure those things out. Okay, I know that was not super specific. All right, we got some people that want to sign up. Woohoo, very exciting. Okay, any other questions right now? Feel free to come off mute if you want, type it in the chat box.
Hey guys, I wanted to just chime in real quick. This is Molly. And yes, you can sign up right on your app too if you don't want to do it right this second. On your app, on the left-hand drop-down menu, there's a buy section. You should be able to sign up there. If not, you can always just send me a message anytime. You know that. I'm handy. But we're only taking 30. I don't know if Whitney told you, but we just can't manage more than 30 in this challenge. So we are cutting it off. So if you're interested, I think it's going to be big this year. We're really hoping so. And let me know.
Yes, what she said. Okay, any other questions right now or anything I can clarify? Any questions about the challenge? Anyone want to share their goals? Okay. I know it's Saturday. Everyone's tired, right? All right. Well, if we don't have any other questions or anything, I mean, feel free to reach out to either myself or Molly at any time if you guys have any other questions or anything specific to the challenge or just nutrition, fitness in general. But I am super excited about this. I think it's going to be really awesome because I know all of you guys have no problem getting into the gym, but when it comes to nutrition, some of us just don't know, what to eat or what to change. And so I think this is going to be a really great tool to help you guys start seeing some sustainable changes, because it really is. It's a lifestyle change. It's not some, quick fix or 30-day diet that you go hard on this diet for 30 days and then fall off the wagon. These are things that you can take with you for the rest of your life. So I'm super excited. But yeah, if nobody has any other questions or anything, I guess we'll go ahead and part ways for now. And I hope everybody has a wonderful rest of your weekend. And I'm sure I'll see most of you guys next week.
Can Molly walk that wall again that she just walked with the camera?
Oh, I'm so excited, Michelle. I was going to show you guys, but I didn't want to
Yeah, walk that wall, please.
Can you see me right now? Can you see the
No.
wall? Okay,
No.
hold on. I'm going to go back.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, wait, you guys are going to die. This is what we've been doing this whole time today. So hold on. I'm going to start down here. Okay, you ready? Can you see it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get up a little
You
closer.
you cannot believe how much room we have in this place now because of this. Like, it's incredible. Everything has a spot. Michelle, we were just talking about, you can put rips all over this thing. TRX, we
I
just
can
ordered
see
5
that.
new TRX. Look
I
at the
can see it.
targets. So you see the targets? We're going to use, those are ball targets, and we have 2 more coming there on back order that'll go over on that side. So just everything has a spot. It's amazing.
Oh, it looks so good.
Yeah, we're stoked.
Yes.
So stoked.
exciting.
Michelle, you get to be the first one to use it tomorrow, Michelle.
Yeah. Did you
Woohoo!
and Lisa? I saw
Woohoo!
you guys on the chat. We're using that tomorrow.
Yay. And then you can obviously we really cleared out the back too. So if you want to use the back, but we have those new TRX straps coming with extenders. So you'll be able to keep that stuff up here too. So it's going to be rad.
Awesome. Super
Yay.
excited.
Yay. Good things
Thanks,
happening.
Molly. Thanks,
Thank you,
Whitney.
Molly.
Good job.
Thanks,
Hey,
Whitney.
Whitney, can you stay on with me? I didn't get to see the chat box. I need to make sure that I've got everybody who wants to do the challenge.
I wrote them down also.
Oh, good. Okay, perfect.
Which Lisa is this that's on the call?
Lisa
Lisa
Ewing?
Ewing.
I thought so.
Wait,
Says
sorry.
I.
I missed that.
Lisa Ewing.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Yay.
Awesome.
Awesome. All right, you
Hey.
guys.
Hey, Whitney.
Thank you guys for coming. And
Thank you, Whitney.
you are so welcome. Have a great weekend, you guys, and I'll talk to you guys all soon.
All right,
Thanks,
aloha.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye,
Bye.
guys.